I'm Sheik, your conscious mentor, and I felt called to do a live. I haven't done a live in such a long time, and I noticed there's a lot of new faces on the channel, so I was like, you know what? Let's jump on here. Let's do a live today. I'm feeling it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm totally feeling it. I just made some cacao, which I'm so excited to be having with you, and just sharing a bit about downloads. The full moon is 2 days away. Hey Celine, I am so excited for the full moon that's happening soon, and yeah, I'm just like really excited to share space with you guys, and I wanted to just check in and see how you guys are doing. I haven't been online as often just because I'm taking that time for myself, sharing space for you guys. Hello, Chantal. Hello, Limas. Hello. How are you guys? Just got my new crystals to charge. So exciting. Hey, Rebecca. So nice to see you. So yeah, I'm just like super excited to just sit with you guys, chat, have some cacao, and send some love energy because I think we all need it. I forgot to put on these lights for my plants. I'm gonna just put them on while you guys all settle in. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the Virgo full moon. It's coming up really soon. And I know a lot of people, we have been talking about it, but I just wanted to ask if you guys had any questions on that, of like what you feel the energy is coming in. I will give you some tips on things to do to prepare you for the Virgo full moon on the 27th and 28th. And I'll be answering any questions you guys have about manifestation, shadow work, anything at all. I still have a few more spots available for my private card readings. If you're interested in that, you can just check the link down below, and you can book one there. So did anyone have any questions for me as we get started on like shadow work and maybe sharing some of your experiences? Okay, what's the energy available with this full moon? So Alexia, I actually have a video on the top 5 things to know about the full moon, and for those who don't know, I do them every single month for you guys. My intention of setting those videos is to allow you to be confident with the full moon and know exactly what's coming for it. This Virgo full moon, Virgos tend to be quite perfectionists, and I feel that energy coming in, a lot of our flaws are being lightened into the, or brought into the light for us to take a step into that and accepting it. So lots of tests from universe with that, and I go in deep of exactly where that is in our life, and maybe even just the changes that you're experiencing as well. So it's a very good video. I would highly suggest watching it after this live. Couple things that came up for me from spirit when I was connecting with spirit with this Virgo full moon is really taking time to rest. I don't mean rest by doing nothing. I just mean rest by preparing yourself for transformation. March is literally a week away. Can't believe, not even less than a week away. And one thing that we're seeing as we go into this equinox that's going to be happening next month is that we're really shifting into transforming, and it's our time to use our throat. So I was so happy when I posted the root chakra meditation this week, and a lot of you guys requested the throat chakra meditation because I already had that as the next video that I wanted to record for a meditation to help you guys with your shadow work, and it was confirmed from you guys. So please keep in mind that I will be posting probably next week a throat chakra guided meditation and Reiki energy healing to activate and to heal the throat, because you guys will need that coming into this March. It's speaking our truth, but specifically speaking with the transformations as all planets are aligned in this time. So super amazing. We're shifting from this Aquarius craziness that we're feeling right now and going into a more calmer season. And I say calm kind of interchangeably because it's not necessarily calm in the sense of like we won't have those crazy communication issues and all that stuff, but we will have a time of challenging ourselves as to, you know, what transformations have you done since a year right now, year of date. Like go back on your phone, on your camera roll, look at the pictures you took around this time, look at the posts that you probably post, look at the things and the messages that you went, just put the date in and see like 2020 on today's the 25th, what was I doing around this time? Because sometimes it takes us a little bit longer to realize, man, a lot has shifted and we're consistently transforming every single day. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I have a few comments. I'm just gonna scroll. I'm so excited too, Celine. I feel like now after Mercury retrograde is a good time to manifest, especially with Pisces because it is Pisces season. Right now, it is really a great time to sit with our emotions and to embrace it. You know, there's so many of you guys who messaged me and just been like, I feel so emotional with my partner right now. I feel so like resisting in this shift, and a lot of you actually are coming back to your inner child more than ever. I've been doing so much shadow work with inner child with even my mentees right now because I'm starting to see how that was affecting their throat so much of expressing their true essence and being. Even myself as a healer, I'm going back to those points and shifting myself and expanding myself for me to hold space for people as well. So that's been such a big theme, is right now is a time for manifestation, but most importantly, it's a time to communicate exactly what you want and take that power. And I'm going to highlight this specifically going into March energy. It's all about taking that power of voice and really not hiding behind the things that we need to get done. You know, I know February was a little bit slower than we liked. There's a lot of frustration and a lot of like communication issues and all that stuff. That's the Mercury retrograde. But as we shift into this new theme, I'm really feeling that we need to like start to get things done, sit with it, not hide behind the stuff that's working against us, and really work on it. And more than ever, because it makes me so happy, I saw 3 posts today on my social media that literally made my day, because we are asking as light workers, as myself, and I know a lot of you guys who follow me have gifts. You guys are all gifted. You have that power. We need our light workers to show up here. We need our light workers to use their voice to help the world in this space, not only for 2020 or 2021, but moving forward. This is like the long run of the things that we're setting. You know, going back to your intentions that you set in January and saying, okay, where am I at? Are they still aligned with me? Or do I need to change them to my alignment and where I'm growing? That's a great way to prepare yourself for March. What I love to do is every first day of the month, and I talked about this in my last video of how I was able to get clients for my business and create a business online as a light worker by doing shadow work. And one of the biggest things that I highlight in there is every first day of the month I do a card reading for myself, I do 2 meditations, and I also journal out gratitude and things that I want to set intention, whether it is to educate in our space here together, a sacred space, whether it is for my own shadow work or for my mentees that I mentor and heal, whatever it is, it's really a time for me to set intention. So that day, some prompts, journal prompts that you can do to help you for this full moon, to prepare you for March, is asking yourself, what are the ways that I need to speak up in my life, in my relationship, in my career, in my inner child, in my shadow self? Remember, we don't hate our shadow self. We always want to embrace that part of ourselves, right? I think a lot of people think shadow work, oh, I'm trying to get rid of this part. No, we have to visit them. They are part of us. Our shadow is just as important as our light, and is just as important as our higher self, conscious self. There's not one that's more important than the other, and that's something that we need to understand. I see a lot of people saying, oh, I've done the shadow work, so like I'm in my light now. That is like the more, and this is just my point of view, I'd love to hear your feedback on it. I think when we step so much in the light or so much in the darkness, that's where we find ourselves imbalanced, right? So that's where in spirituality, the shadow work, the beauty of the growth is for us to keep on expanding and transforming, which again, that's why spring, it's March, it's that springtime. You're going to feel that masculine energy ignite so much next month. You're preparing for that. So in the Virgo full moon, it is testing us on how we are being hard on ourselves, imperfection, and allowing ourselves to hone down that masculine energy of identity of who we are, of what we want to be, and completely falling into that. It's not about saying, you know, I'm not gonna be a light worker because I'm scared of the way my family and friends are going to judge me. I'm not going to be a light worker because I'm scared that I have an amazing job right now that's paying me the bills. We'll start transforming to that space. Start doing, you know, a simple book, like read a book. I had a reading with one of you guys this week, an amazing light worker, an amazing writer. And I was telling him, like, just go into a course. I know you have a really comfy job right now, but it's definitely not your purpose. And I know for me, I definitely resonated with that, because before taking the healer, you know, identity and you know, a green witch, if you will, and plant medicine and all these other parts of my soul, I decided that I just like was so nervous about everything coming out. I was judging myself before people were judging me. And that created this mental cycle on a hamster wheel in my mind that I couldn't step into my voice, and my voice just started to quiet more and more and more. So we've done that work. We've been forced to use up our voice to this point, and I think it's just so important to consider. I'm gonna go look at some of the messages, just because I have a few people messaging here as I'm going through this whole like channeling here. Is shadow work important for manifestation process? 100%. I'll give you a perfect example. If you want to manifest a specific person, I'm giving this example because I know a lot of you guys on the channel are in the process of manifesting maybe a friendship, a soulmate, a twin flame, whatever it is, right? If we're manifesting someone and we are under the impression that we feel the person doesn't want to be with us, we feel like, oh, well, like, I don't know if that person wants to be with me anymore, or you feel the sense of like hatred because you guys just broke up, you want to come back, but you love them at the same time. We have to understand that energy responds to energy. It's like a magnet, essentially. That is what law of attraction is a magnet. Like if your energy is coming from a space of heart space, then you're definitely going to feel that love, that essence. But if you're coming from a manifestation of the wounded, which I see some people do, where they're like trying so many manifestation methods, 369, 555, pillow method, name them all. And then they message me and they're like, Sheikah, I don't know what's going on. And I'll say, I'm tapping in and I feel like your feminine wounded is a little bit. And they're like, oh yeah, I went through trauma. My mom and we had an issue when we were younger where we literally had, like, as a single mom, we didn't even know what we were eating the next day. So you were under fight or flight for most of your life, right? If you are a person that went through a traumatic environment, a traumatic experience, and then now you're manifesting a specific person that has a feminine energy that you're attracted to because you didn't have that motherly energy as your inner child, then that's going to be a lower vibration. It'll be harder for you to manifest. I hope that makes sense. So shadow work is so important. Whenever I'm going to do something bigger, like a launch or something, or a new program or mentoring, which by the way, keep an eye out because there's a really exciting announcement next week for you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been messaging me on wanting me to support you, and there's a very exciting announcement I'll be doing on March 1st. So keep an eye out for the community post. Make sure you have the notifications and you're subscribed. But all this to say is that I can't stress enough how much it's been so important to do shadow work. You can get the best psychic, you can get the best healer, you can get all the things that you want, but you need to want to do that work. You need to want to manifest it first. It's free of will. That's what manifestation is all about. And you also have to have the essence of energy where you're expanding and creating that vibration towards that specific thing. So I will say, knowing your beliefs and values, which is what shadow work is all about, it's going to the root of everything. Yes, you do need that in order for you to manifest properly, or at least know where you're at with that. Sending love and light to you too, Witty. So we are always need to do more and more, people. Yes, but I also want to pause their cosmic wisdom, because yes, you do have to do more, but you also just have to be still. I see a lot of people doing all the shadow work, but they're changing at such a quick pace. And I think this is very important right now with the Virgo full moon. So many of you guys have changed a lot this month, like drastically. I can feel it collectively. I can notice it with some of you guys who messaged me sometimes a question later. I'm like, whoa, I'm feeling your energy has shifted. But have you took the time to actually just be still with that change? Right? And that's the part when you do shadow work, if you're not allowing your energy to integrate, oh my gosh, I can see people sometimes go backwards in their shadow work or feel so distraught and so detached of their identity because they didn't allow it to integrate. And then they go through an experience of the dark night of the soul. They go through the experience of not being connected with themselves. And that's all part of spiritual awakening. It's about being still with the changes. It's about accepting it. I'm actually going to do a video. I got inspired and Spirit kind of shared with me. I'm going to do it soon, a video on loneliness and how a lot of people in spiritual awakening are lonely, because a lot of my experience when I woke up and I got woke, I was like, wow, there's a lot of parts of my reality and my beliefs that have to shift or have naturally shifted because of this. And I have no one that I can talk to about it. And it was a very lonely experience. So it's like, how do we get through those shifts while being alone and having such a different perspective that even the people we love and care about and we've known all our life don't get where we're coming from. You see what I'm saying? So yes, there is always going to be more that you need to know. The shadow work doesn't end in this lifetime, it continues, right? We're continuously students and teachers in our lifetime, and your spiritual journey will change. You know, you might be more resonated to card readings one time and resonate more with breath work. We go through ebbs and flows, but you have to know that we are not one box. We are not one aspect of our spiritual growth. And that's something that I really, really, really highlight a lot on this channel, is that a lot of people I know on here have come from a very religious background, or maybe they're just changing their spiritual journey because of what happened with the world. We're on pause. Whatever the reason that, like, the shift, the change that happened that made you go to where you are right now, like, think about it. There is a reason, right? We have to also understand, as we evolve, as we increase our consciousness, as we heal our chakras, we heal our energy fields, that evolves our soul. And with an evolution with our soul, there are going to be people and relationships that we resonate with, and others that have to leave our life. There's going to be parts of spirituality that you connect with. Plants has always been something that I've connected with since child, but I've been able to appreciate the spirit of a plant as I started to do energy healing, and I know that is part of my journey as a healer, as a light worker. So allow your experience to guide you through what the next step is. Don't allow yourself to strain your intuition too much and look for answers outside of yourself. So just a little quick answer for you there. Thanks, Cosmic Wisdom, for saying that. Working on strengthening my connection with my man. Is there something to manifest? Yes. I actually want to do a video on this. Thank you so much, Nastasia, for this. This is amazing. I've been feeling a lot for the past year going forward. A lot of people having to activate their sacral chakra due to suppression of sensual energy and sacred ability and growth. And I've seen a lot of people having a strain in their relationship because either one is growing in an expansive conscious way and the other one isn't, or one's having a hard time. So how do I still create that love, that enjoyment with my partner during this time? And I just did a womb awakening experience with Reiki with one of my mentees that was amazing. So if you are having issues, I would definitely say that a great way is to strengthen your chakra, your sacral chakra. Great ways of doing that is using a yoni for all the ladies out there. Also just like breathing into the stomach for everyone. Breathe into the stomach and actually, you know, chanting the sacral chakra sound. Listening to sacral chakra, moving the hips when dancing to music. I have a few playlists on my Spotify that I listen to whenever I feel that I need to surrender to my essence of feminine. Ask yourself, are there emotions that you and your partner or yourself have been suppressing? Have you been feeling a little less creative lately? Is there a creative block, and why is that? Have you been feeling shame or guilt? Those are all essence and energies, and some journal prompts and some emotions that you can kind of deep dive into. So those are some great places that you can start with, and definitely let me know. And also I do mentoring, so if you guys are interested in that and learning more about that, you can just check that down below if you want to do something more and get someone to help and support you. But I really hope that helps you, Nastasia, because the sacral womb, especially our essence, our chi energy, which is really big in Reiki. I'm sending chi energy to a lot of people. It's a lot in Tai Chi. We see it in a lot of different other modalities, and it is the light force energy. So we have that essence. Every one of us has access to that in our sacral if we practice it. So powerful. It's crazy how powerful our bodies are. No worries. I keep losing more and more senses of my reality each day. What does that mean? So I love this question. Like, what does it mean when I'm going through a lot of shifts and evolving, but I'm feeling disconnected to the reality? And I think the best way of explaining that is you've just either integrated your awakening and now you're at the point where you're processing that integration, right? So kind of ask yourself, like, how is your environment? Has your environment changed as much as you have spiritually and within your growth, and throughout your spiritual awakening and throughout your shifts? Another amazing thing as well is making sure that you're really following your space of your third eye. Our third eye is our ability to tune and tap our upper chakras, is our connection to the era, to the world, right? If people, and I've seen this a lot of people in the spiritual world where we tap in so much from other dimensions, out of body experiences, connecting with our spirit guides, all this stuff, and I'm feeling this so much, and it's beautiful. But what about the lower chakras? What about our solar plexus? That's our being, who we are, right? What about our sacral, creating ourself and our essence of creativity and sensuality? Our root, a lot of people I'm feeling right now are so developed upper conscious, like their upper channels, that now it's time for us to feel grounded in our lower. So I would say that there might be an imbalance of your lower chakras is one of the biggest things I'm feeling intuitively. And that might be an opportunity for you to ground it a little bit more so you can connect with the reality while connecting with your conscious being. So I hope that answers your question. I really like that question. That's the main thing working on now, sacral and feminine, 100%. I'd agree with that. It's the end of the month around the time you said I would be leaving a relationship, and that's not for me. Do I need cord cutting? Do I need cord cutting? I feel like I do before I can really heal and start with my shadow work. 100%. Cord cutting is very powerful. I wouldn't say not every person I've met through healing needs cord cutting. Sometimes you can just do it without that practice. I wanted to do a cord cutting spell on my channel. If you guys are interested in that, put a star emoji in the comment section. But I don't think that needs to be done per se. I do have a video on how to use law of attraction with, how to detach using law of attraction. Didn't even speak there. How to attach using law of attraction. It's an older video that I posted. A lot of people still resonate with it. And I talk about detachment from people. And I would start with that first before going into some support outside of yourself for detachment. I love that you were able to get that confirmation in this dimension with what we talked about in our reading. So that makes me so happy to hear that. That just makes me smile so much. Let me know if you have any questions, any question, Rushki. Okay, so are there any card pulls? So anyone who donates to the super chat, I can do a 1 card for the day. I just do them spontaneously. I do have my cards here. So if you're interested in that, let me know. And I also do private card readings. If you're interested in booking one, the link is down below if you feel called to for this full moon. I'm only taking bookings today and tomorrow, and I'm closing my bookings after that. So I only do it during full moon and new moon because I got a couple emails and messages saying, hey Shika, do you do card readings? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, other questions. Easy, safe to connect with spirit guides, 100%, sending love and light. Do you guys have any other questions? Please let me know. Cosmic wisdom. I heard cord cutting could be not such a good thing, and that energy could come back stronger. So the way it works with cord cutting is you got to do it properly. I have seen people not do it properly or not do it with good intention. And we have to understand that the universe is the king at the end of the day, is the queen or the king is essentially guiding us. Like, we have a soul print when we enter every life that we enter, right? So whether you're meant to be with that person or not in this lifetime will be dictated on your energy, but also on the universe. So yes, cord cutting, you should do it properly. Like I said, there's so many other things you can do. You can do the rose detachment theory, which I do, and I share a little bit on my video on detachment, so check that out. That could be a great start of learning how to let go of your ex, learning how to let go of a friendship, anything like that. Great start of doing that first, and then you can kind of go from there. But I would highly suggest don't go to cord cutting just yet. I usually recommend it for people who have a really toxic relationship to a point where the person is just consistently going out at the person with no goodwill. And that's like the last resort, but there's so many other powerful things you can do. Excuse me, if you are interested, again, I can do a video on that, how to disconnect cords. I was seriously thinking I need to do a cord cutting when you spoke about this. This is, definitely a sign, because it's funny. I wrote down on Monday on my YouTube journal, because I'll just like connect with spirit. And one of the cards, I swear, like, guys, I'm getting so tuned in with your energy too, fam. But I wrote down and I said, okay, this week I want to do possibly a cord cutting video, but I want to ask people how they enjoy that, or if that's something that would help them. And then you guys are confirming that. So I'll definitely do a video next week on that. I feel like next week would be good. I'll do the throat chakra meditation in that one. But yeah, like I said, I always just follow what spirit wants me to share. I've done so many things to detach and forget someone, but sorry, seems to work. Definitely need the video on this. Yeah, so a lot of confirmation. I really love that. Did you guys have any other questions about like manifestation, the Virgo full moon? One thing I want to start talking more about is the power of plants. Plants are so powerful. They are so powerful. And I've been using Happy a lot. It is one of my well, I won't say favorites. It's pretty up there with my plants, but I use it as my daily ritual, and I do want to talk about Happy for beginners. Not sure if you guys have heard of it. It's an Amazon plant medicine, and it's very powerful to align your chakras and do your shadow work and set intention and clean up your sinuses and help with opening the heart. It is so powerful. So I want to start doing kind of like a plant medicine series on my channel for you guys, because I know some of you are interested in that. I have talked about my stories with ayahuasca, with mushrooms, a lot of other things, but I want to talk about that openly more and more. I also want to sit down with you guys because I am still in integration with my last plant medicine ceremony, which is why I haven't been online as constantly as I usually am. Like, I'm still posting and stuff, but I'm just not energetically as online as I used to be. So yeah, that's just something that I really wanted to share with you guys. I will be posting that more. I'm going to post how my last ceremony was. It was so in deep. It was so clear. It was so direct. I'm really connecting with the grandmother deeper and deeper every time I sit with her. And she is just, I respect plants so much. Every time I sit with plants, I'm like, wow, we have access. Like, animals are a gift to the earth. Plants are a gift to our essence and our being. We need them to survive. And there's just so much knowledge that each plant has. And I'm going to talk more about that later on, but it's just so interesting to see about that. I believe Adriana just donated. Thank you so much, love. I'm going to do an angel card. I feel angel cards for you today. If anyone donates to the super chat, and then I'll answer more questions, I will pull a card for you. So, okay, so Adriana, your two cards that fell out, usually send one, but you know, Spirit, again, decides. The first card is answering your call and soul calling. So just making sure that right now, today, as you go through your day, that you're not being pulled away from your soul purpose and what you're meant to do. And I don't mean just soul purpose in general. I just mean like tasks, just getting things done. I just feel like distractions and procrastination comes up for me when I pull this art. So just asking yourself, are you being more intentional with your actions today? The last card that came out for you was who or what is triggering you. So look in the mirror, really focusing on working with yourself internally as opposed to going externally for answers and clarity in your life. And I think these go hand in hand, my dear. So I hope that aligns with you, Adriana. Let me know if that connected. And really just focusing on self, being intuition is very called for today. That was very straight. That was very, very forward from spirit is essentially what I'm sharing. Where should I start with manifesting with my crystals? I love manifesting with crystals. So there's two ways that I love to talk about it. The first one is putting it under my pillow. So I'll actually use a crystal with intention, hold it, give gratitude to the things I want, give gratitude to my manifestation, and then I actually post it. So I actually like put it under my pillow, and then I think about that and go to sleep. And I've seen that a lot really well with citrine, clear quartz, amethyst, baby celestite, which is the blue one. Another great thing is in the morning, if you want to keep your crystals around you while you're meditating or hold them through meditation, very powerful, amazing to use. So yeah, those are the main ones that I would suggest you doing for as far as we're talking about with working with crystals. There is also your manifestation jar. So manifestation jar is a jar of which, and I can talk about this in a video if you'd like, but putting in crystals with an intention based on the intentions that you want to put. And every time you write something gratitude for your manifestation, or you want to talk or script about it. You put it in the jar and you can put energy towards it, your chi energy, holding it and just thinking and visualizing that manifestation through your crystals in the jar. So very powerful, little amazing things that you can create, and it allows you to raise your vibration towards it as well, which is fantastic. Do you believe in manifesting? Do you believe in manifesting and detaching? Yes, 100%. You can detach things with free will if you want to. If you don't put energy towards it, then it doesn't grow. If you manifest it, believing into something, then it will grow. So yeah, I definitely 100% believe in that. I have videos on that. You can check it out if you want to learn more. Looking forward to plant medicine series. Yes, Kelly, I actually have, if you guys haven't watched, a plant medicine series for ayahuasca and my mushroom experience. If you haven't checked it out, it's a great little like sit down, have some snacks and listen to my experience if you're interested in those plants. Or if you're just curious about the world of plants and sacred plants and what they can do. Very, very powerful. And I personally love watching videos like this. I always watch them on YouTube on my Fridays. I'll like sit down, have some sweats, have some snacks, and watch some YouTube like story time. A lot of it's plant medicine, so it's really neat. Do you do microdosing? I'm interested in that. Yes, I do. I'm not doing it right now because I'm on a candida diet. Long story short, I have endometriosis. Next month is endometriosis. What do you call it? Awareness month. So if anyone has like fibromyalgia or endometriosis or any hormone stuff, I do know that it is something that, and an interesting fact for you guys, just to show you how much shadow work can be very impactful. I spent 2 years of, actually longer than that, I spent the first 6-7 years of my life of pain with basically birth control. A lot of you guys have experience with that, probably had it. And I was getting to the point where I would miss school, I would miss work in my younger years. So the doctor decided to put me on the pills for at least like a whole, like I want to say every single day. So I would only have my period once a year. And I bled for about a whole month and a half. And it was crazy. Up to now, I am still going through that healing. I feel like if I'm almost done healing the repercussions of that. And then I also went into energy healing because of this. It was a huge thing to the point that like I would be curled up in a ball in pain all the time. Like my ex-partners would be like, what do I do? Or even my partner now, like at the time when we first started being together, they were like, oh my gosh, are you okay? I didn't know about this. Because there's not much knowledge about endometriosis, and I kind of want to talk about how that helped me with shadow work. But all this to say is that because of my energy healing, because I've released it, and a lot of people who have issues with hormones or anything in that stomach area has a lot to do with shame, trauma, and I know it's ancestral for me. So I spent years and years and years and years and years clearing this up. Done a lot of work with it. It's been so amazing to see the transformation it's done for people that are close to me. So all this to say, yes, I do. Usually I do microdose. I put it in my smoothies in the morning. It's a great natural antidepressant. Obviously I am not condoning it. It's just my thought of my experience because the world is right now. But for me, it's worked for me and I love it. It's probably one of the best things that I've done. I remember after my trauma, they tried to put me on a whole bunch of antidepressants. After 1 week, my intuition said, Shika, you need to stop taking it. Like there was a voice that told me, Shika, you need to stop taking it. Started using a lot of natural remedies, and microdosing has been just so transformative for me, like especially being someone who, you know, has a lack of vitamin D. I think a lot of people of color do, and we need our sun, and we've been inside a lot. So I am an introvert. I love being at home. I love like being cozy. I'm also an extrovert around people, but I love being introvert too. I'm kind of like that in between and highly sensitive. So the streams really allowed me to connect on my creative energy, but also just helping me with my mental health. So I'm really grateful for the plants. Really changed my life in many ways. I'm excited to connect with them again after this cleanse. But yeah, if anyone has any questions on that, please let me know. What else do we have? Live readings. I am doing a card pull for anyone who donates whatever you can to the to the chat, and then also the super chat. If you want to have a private card reading, you can book in the link down below. I'm only doing readings today and tomorrow. That's all that's available right now. Natasha, thank you so much for donating. Let's pull you a card. And if you guys have any questions in the meantime, please let me know. Just comment down below. Okay. Oh wow, Natasha, your cards fell out really quickly. I didn't even get really quick into it. Okay, so the first card I got is Priestess. I'm feeling a lot of feminine energy to share with you here. So how are you being called to step and lead into your feminine divine, your creative space, creating life, creating happiness in your life? That's what's coming up for me, because you're going through so many changes. You got the Awakening card as well that fell out. So just a lot of cellular and energetic upgrades and connections and ability to connect with other dimensions, ancestors, spirit, and it's really beautiful. Like, I think one of the things that are coming up for me, for you, Natasha, is like just really allowing yourself to embrace that and have more confidence in your gifts. That's really strong for me right now. I know a lot of people tend to not have that confidence when we first start out, because we're like, oh my gosh, like, what if this doesn't work? What if blah, blah, blah? Like, we go down that rabbit hole, right? But through awakening and changing into our new essence of our being and consciousness, it's very important for us to step and lead and have confidence. So I'd highly suggest working on sacral chakra. I'd highly suggest working on the solar. The stomach is definitely an area that I'm feeling that needs to be empowered and tapped into. And I hope those cards resonated with you. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. Let me see questions. Thank you guys. Hello, Albania. Nice to see where everyone's from. What is cord cutting? So cord cutting is the best way of explaining it. Every person that you have a relationship with in your life, in this lifetime, in past lives, twin flames, whatever it is, you are connected by an energetic cord. You know, people that you've been intimate with, every person you've been intimate with a lot of people don't know, you connect your cord with them. You're opening them up to a sacral part of you. You know, friendships, work, co-workers, there's a connection with that cord, right? So when we look at it from that perspective, basically the question with that is that you're fueling energy to that person. So a lot of people who break up and have bad breakups, for example, I find they have a lot of cords connected, because that person's still leeching off of their connection, of their energy. Or maybe you had a bad relationship with your father or your mother. They're still taking that energy from you. There's still that guilt. So cord cutting is basically can be used for two things. It's to disconnect a relationship, but it can also be used for people who leech off energy from others. And I've experienced some people who've had that, where we do a clearing, we clear that energy. It could be past life, it could be another soul, it could be entities, it could be various things. So that's basically cord cutting. There's different ways of doing it. Some people do, you know, spells. Some people do meditations. There's so many ways. I think cord cutting can be in different forms depending on where or how you want to direct it, but they're very powerful, and I've done them before. I've directed them for people. Yeah, they can be very powerful. So I hope that helps, Kira. Celine, wondering if you're vegan. Just wondering, you don't need to answer, but since it's been since a year or two. Yeah, so I used to be vegan. I get this question a lot. I used to be vegan for a year and a half. And as I start to get more into plant medicine, I just naturally am not open too much to meat. It's not that I don't eat meat at all, and I don't want to take the title that I'm completely vegan. But when I go grocery shopping, I usually don't eat much meat. My partner probably eats more meat than I do. But when I'm cooking, it's usually vegetable based, with a lot of protein and stuff. I like, even my protein powder is vegan. Like, I do tend to, and I'm lactose intolerant, which is a big thing, and I'm also gluten intolerant, that I found out recently since this Candida diet. So those two things are quite like sensitive for me, and in doing so, I decided that it would make more sense for me to just, you know, be less meat based. I also had a very big connection, which I'll share with you guys in my next ayahuasca story time that I just recently did, that animals have energy. Like, we are animals. Humans are animals. And as you start to do more energy work, you start to feel more of your food. Like I actually feel the energy of the food I eat. I can tell if it's good, if it's processed. I just know where it will affect me and my chakras right away. It's gotten so deep to know that, or just like people's intention in the food when they made it. I'm that sensitive because of how much I'm shifting, and you have access to that too. I want to share that with you guys. You all have access to that. All this to say is when we eat meat, you know, we were holding in the energy of the animal that was killed, right? And I think that's something that my shaman shared and reiterated again recently, and I was like, oh yeah, that's so true. Like I am eating the meat of which is an animal that is affected, and that's huge. So I just wanted to share that with you guys quickly. Such a big impact when we were taking animals and taking in that meat, and just being mindful of that is huge. So great question. But yeah, I'm slowly getting back into it. I'm gonna just finish up the chat and then I'm gonna sign out because I actually have a meeting, but I'm gonna do the readings for everyone who donated. So Miami, and I'm also gonna answer the last few questions. Miami Kitty. Okay, so Miami Kitty, you have two cards that came out for you. The first card is the Plates. So you have a double mission for you to, I think naturally you uplift people in your life. People rely on you for your energy and just channeling. Just be prepared today to do some a little bit more self-care. Don't take things too seriously. Try not to take people's emotions when they vent to you today. And the last card to play, let's play with our energy. Let's not take life too seriously. Let's not take our stresses too easily, because sometimes when we do that, we manifest that energy even more, and it's harder for us to step into our power. So I hope that aligns with you. I'm definitely feeling that a lot. Empaths have a hard time protecting our throat. So please, like I said, keep that in mind. Any advice about living with a toxic household, having toxic people, friends around you? Yes, 100%. The biggest thing that I've been sharing, because I know a lot of people during this time don't have full control of their their space and their atmosphere. The first thing that comes up for me is having people that creating an egg sphere around you of white and golden light, and understanding that every person you connect with, imagining you with that light and them with their own bubble. I think a lot of people forget that we're not meant to hold space for every person's energy to the point that we take it with us. And that has really shifted a lot. So next time you're about to spend time with someone toxic or family or whatever it is, ask universe spirit to come and help you and protect you, and picturing that white egg light around you is going to really help you. So I hope that helps. Okay, Cosmic Wisdom. It's your card pull for you. So Cosmic Wisdom, a lot of heart energy and feeling for you even before I pulled this card. So you got the Inner Temple. Devotion and tune into the portal of your heart. So again, the gut is intuition. The heart is our truth. So honesty of truth comes into our heart. Maybe doing a heart chakra meditation today would be a really good recommendation that I'm feeling for you. I feel a little bit of tightness here. I feel a little bit of sadness, a little bit of depression in the space too, of lack of self-love in here. So I would encourage you to do a little bit more love and opening in the love space here in your heart. So that's one of the cards that pulled for you. Brianna. Let's see. So Brianna, the two cards I got, woo, you got two strong cards, my love. So the first card I got for you is Break the Chain. You're being called from spirit to really remove some karmic debts that you're feeling that have been on you for quite a while. It's time to kind of rewrite your future. I think you're going to be that person that's going to break those karmic debts. So be mindful of your day-to-day to see any patterns that have happened that might correlate with some of the issues and some of the blocks that you have in your life, and even the relationships you have with family and people close to you. Dance with life, something to change your energy. I think you've been holding on to those blocks and ancestral patterns for quite a while. Yes, you have. Your soul, your family, your mom, your dad, everyone before you. It's time for you to change your energy, change something that you want to do today. Maybe listen to a sound healing meditation today to shift your energy, dancing, shaking your body. Those little things can make a big difference. Sun gazing, just do something different that you haven't done before today to help you with your energy. So I hope that helps. Let me know if it aligns. But girl, you got a strong karmic. You got to release that karmic energy. I know it's hard for us to hold it if we're so used to be holding it for so long. Hey, Sean. Perfectly aligned. That's amazing. Debbie, hello, love. So nice to see you. Hope you're feeling good after our healing. Okay, so let's pull a card for you. So Debbie, the card I got for you is the Warrior Woman, and I love this card because I connect with it so much for you. Have you answered your deepest calling? So I know personally because we work together, so I'm already so connected to you. But here it's, have you answered your deepest calling? And here it's really just asking you to focus on, I do feel like your business is what you're meant to do. I just don't know if what you're doing right now for your business is where your heart is meant to step into for your conscious purpose. So here is just a reminder to reflect on the things that make you happy as opposed to the things that you're just good at and is going to just pay the bills. Because you can make abundance anywhere as long as your heart sets in it. Energy is everything. So that's one of the cards I got for you, is really just focusing on stepping into that warrior, empowering woman that you are. And that will really open up as you start to open your relationship with yourself and releasing the emotional guilt of speech to yourself of who you are. And I think that's going to really connect with your inner child, which really aligns. I hope that aligned with you. Let me know what comes up for you. Hello, love. A work at moment. LOL. Have a question. I've been called to make a own YouTube channel. Amazing. Sharing my spiritual journey and connections. Any advice? I'm going to do a video on this because I got a lot of questions for people. I've been waiting for the right moment. It will be in March. But in short, what I would say is just do it. I do all my videos on my phone. A lot of people always ask me, they're like, Shika, what program do you use? What, camera to use? I'm just starting to think and contemplate on possibly doing a camera, but it will have to be the simplest camera that doesn't require too much energy to it, because I just like things simple. I'm really like, you guys notice the way I edit is just like post, not too many crazy fancy stuff. It's very simple because I like that. If it was travel vlog, maybe something different, because I love the art of the traveling aspect and conscious traveling, which will happen again, and I'll share those more on spiritual traveling once the world opens up again. But all this to say is start with that. The second thing is every single one of your subscribers, even if you have 100 subscribers, 50 subscribers, treat them like family. I think a lot of people stress about having more and more subscribers and followers and all this stuff, and there's all this stress on this. Honestly, like, you just need a few people to believe in what you're doing and how you're supporting. And when you can come from your space with your content with heart to help people as opposed to clout, which is a very big thing in this YouTube space. It's so easy for your ego to boost. Like, for example, having all these pressures of stats and all this stuff, like, try your best to stay away from that as much as possible, or at least protect your energy from that, because it can be draining on you. So I'm just trying to be as honest as well as authentic with you guys with that. But I will say it is the best decision I've made to start a YouTube channel. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I'm like, I even sometimes was like, wish I did it earlier, but no, divine timing. Universe wanted me to start that last year, seriously, for you guys. Because at that point I was confident in myself to step into my power. So if you're feeling the intuitiveness, if you feel like you're meant to do it. Like, no one's holding you back but yourself. Just do it. So I hate to do the Nike quote there, but just do it. I hope that helps a little bit, Marine. Lunar. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a card for you. Oops, let's see. And then I'm gonna have to wrap it up. Lunar. So Lunar, you got a really positive card. I love this card. So the ever unfolding rose is open and cracked. Everything's happening for you right now. Everything's happening towards you. I feel like there's going to be this like big opening of opportunity coming your way, and I am so excited for you. I feel this energy of like abundance coming through. Just keep on bringing in that energy of a gratitude today and holding in that space. But this is, a yes confirmation. If you were looking for a yes for your question, which I feel like you were, that is a yes. So I hope that helps. I have an astrology podcast as right now, and I'm working on a YouTube channel talking about my spiritual awakening, giving advice on others and young and going through. Do you have any advice for this? Astrology is really great. I know a lot of people ask questions on astrology, and I know there's a lot of people in the community on YouTube that talk about it. Like if you're asking me like any advice on starting a YouTube channel, like I mentioned, just starting it, just doing it, I think is the best thing to help you. And I think it's super important. Oh, the card, sorry, before I shuffle, the ever unfolding rose was the card. So yeah, that's something that I think is super important to consider. And yeah, I'm just like super happy that you are stepping into doing astrology. I will say just, you know, start doing it. I can't stress enough, you know, those who are consistent in supporting their family in the sense of our soul family and our online family in the world, the ones that are going to show more in their growth. So that's the biggest thing. I would say like be a student with astrology. I know astrology is one of those areas where there's always new things to come up with. And I know a few people who are professional astrologers as well. So I'd highly say that when you step into that space of being an educator, even myself, I'm continuously learning things as a light worker. So just using your own journey to be an opportunity for content for you. Catching your life for the first time. Oh, awesome. Hey, Veronica. How are you? I've been so tired because of insomnia. I have insomnia. Yes, I will say lucid dreams are definitely something a lot of people are experiencing right now because of everything. So I'm not surprised. Kelly Finch. Okay, I'm going to do a card for you, love. Thank you for supporting the channel. Your energy is super calm and collective. I just wanted to share this. So confirmation of your question that you asked is a no. So universe is asking you to postpone some things, pause a little bit, take a break. But if you were asking something specific, there was an intention when you typed in for a card, confirmation is no. And you know, I always say rejection is not a bad thing because sometimes the universe has a different plan for you. So just take this as an opportunity of protection from the universe and postpone any things that are gonna doesn't feel right for you. If you're on the fence with stuff in the first place, probably means it's not meant for you in the first place too. I hope that aligns with you, Kelly. Thank you so much. Next card is for Michaela Marie. Ooh, okay, so Kayla, lots of like, I feel tired. I feel like you're super like organized, someone who tends to be very much planner, like you're a planner. You like to plan things. Things have to be a certain way, you're orderly. Which is why universe is saying for you to play with your energy a little bit more. So have fun, celebrate the little wins, stop looking for more. I know sometimes when we're perfectionists, we want to look for more. Stop perfecting things. Step into the power of just being okay with where you are and what you've done. That is huge. So that's what Spirit's yelling at me in my ear. I hope that aligns with you. My birthday's in 3 days after the full moon. Woo! It's your time. It's your rebirthing month. That's so exciting. I love that. Thank you. No worries. Thank you so much, Veronica. I'm going to do a card pull for you, love. Okay. So Veronica, we have don't dim your light. So if there's any person, relationship, things, stresses, whatever it is, don't dim your light. Don't allow those people and those tests that the universe is sending your way to prevent you from what you want to do and where you want to step into. So how are you dimming your light to fit in with certain people, relationships, expectations, judgment from others at work or in your place? That is super important that universe is sharing. Okay, last one for Alexia, and then I gotta sign off, guys. Okay, so and then I will do some last words on some things for the full moon. Okay, so Alexia. Okay, so I felt called to pull this card. Card that I got for you is Mirror. A lot of you guys are needing to like step into your power and your space. So huge. Triggering. What's triggering you recently, emotionally? Since the new moon till now, I want you to ask yourself today what has been emotionally triggering for you. That's what just came through for me. Using that emotion to set intention for the full moon of what you want. But I do feel like you are looking away from the mirror for some reason, out of guilt, maybe out of pain. You need to kind of step into that and focus on yourself and be gentle with her. So hope that aligned. Thank you so much, guys, for your live. It was so much fun. You guys are amazing. I love you each so much. Like, so much. Family is amazing. I will see you guys live on Saturday. Saturday? Yeah, Saturday at the 27th of February for the Virgo full moon meditation energy healing circle. You all better be there because you guys, it's fun. It's fun. Why not spend the Saturday together? So join me. Make sure you put the notification bells. The link is already up on the channel. It's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I also have a meditation for the Virgo full moon that you can do right now to prepare you. And I also wanted to share that I'm doing card readings. So if you have availability, you can try to get the last spots for today and tomorrow and book. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bells so you know when I'm live next, and for our meditations, healings, and 3 or more videos every single week. I love you each so much, and I will see you guys on tomorrow for a video, but I will actually CC you on Saturday. Happy Virgo full moon, guys, and thanks for joining me on the live. Love you.